city of Columbus, we have over 350 parks. Generally, the park is over an acre, typically having some sports courts, baseball, soccer fields, ponds, a walking path around them, or have the multi-use trail that goes through them. Schiller, Goodale, Whetstone, Westgate, Linden, some of those parks are a typical park that most people within communities can relate to or think of when they think of a park. I think just from the sheer volume of parks that we have, people are surprised, generally speaking. 80 of which are the smaller scale parks that are kind of a hidden gem, if you will. They're less than a fourth of an acre. Sometimes they're about the size of a general lot size that a home would be on. They're a leftover piece that was not able to be developed for whatever reason. Pocket parks, like all of our parks, are a great example of supporting what our pillars are as a department: conservation, health and wellness, and social equity. And the conservation piece is easy. It's something that we're trying to, as a city, to purchase, acquire, have donated to us, whatever it might be, more green space. I enjoy Frank Fetch. I think it's a great park for a lot of reasons. The community, the way that it brings the community together is one of those. Just the sheer nature of the people that make the park what it is. They're all volunteer efforts. They bring care to the park on a daily basis, from deadheading some of the vegetation to watering to all of the parts and pieces that make it what it is. The Friends of Frank Fetch, combined with the German Village Society, they get together, they gather. It's a social place. Quonset Park is probably one of our oldest pocket parks next to, I would say, Frank Fetch. It falls within the historic area of Old Town East. It was a playground that was kind of adopted by the neighborhood. So we wanted to make sure in the rebuild of and the upgrading of that we continued to uphold what the community vibe of the park was. And it's bright, it's inviting. The neighbors surrounding the park, they don't have a lot of green space there, so for community events, that is the place to go. Portal Park, it used to be called Arcadia Park. It's on the corner of High and Arcadia. It is a combination of Clintonville and the university area folks. It brings the Clintonville piece together with the natural atmosphere of the vegetation, the constant dog walking, and that's just a dog-loving community. And then it has the university area with a lot of younger students, and a good place for the Ohio State students to come. A lot of times you'll see people studying and things like that. And the general area around it, I think, is captured there with the huge volunteer group that comes together, but oftentimes those volunteers are Ohio State students or the folks that live in Clintonville. So it brings kind of both communities together. We are greatly involved with area commissions, civic associations, neighborhood groups, nonprofit groups, friends of groups. And those groups usually help and steer us in some way of what they want within their community. We need to keep listening. We need to be connected to the community. We need to attend those meetings. We need to invite them to our meetings so that we can understand what the philosophy of the community is and then in turn create that within a space.